Hey guys, Sam from Goichi Motors. I am sitting here in front of something that's been long overdue. We've been keeping it on the DL for way too long. Nobody knows we're doing it. A couple little posts here and there, but it's crunch time, it's SEMA time, and I figured I'd at least share with you guys kind of what we've got for Toyo this year. So this is our 24 Toyo Tread Pass build. It is a CRX. So we went back and forth a long time. We brought the V12 FD, we did the ProCharge V12 Z4 GT3 car. Where are we gonna go from there, right? You always gotta one-up it. We're going back to our roots. We're doing a CRX, we're doing a Honda. So typical fashion, it is snowballed like you can see, but just wanted to do a intro video to share with you kind of what we're doing, what the plans are, a little bit of the history of the car and where we're going over the next 2 months, month and a half, yeah. So I'm sure you guys might have seen this color car before, this car around. It has been around for a few years. This was actually Mark Burnett from BYC Designs. This was his US time attack build that we did a collab on probably about 4 or 5 years ago now. So we ended up buying this off of Mark as a bare shell and basically rebuilding it for SEMA this year. The color's the same, the cage is the same, but everything else, it's been a full ground up rebuild. When Mark first came to the US, the big thing was he wanted to build a US car. So typical US fashion, massive motor, all-wheel drive, do all this crazy stuff. And so that's what we did here. It's basically a full-blown MSA reg time attack car, but US style with massive turbos and engine. So engine-wise, we partnered with P2R. They're building a J series motor for us, a sleeve block, full-blown motor from them. We kept it J, we want a big motor, big torque, and we paired it with a K series sequential, ceramic wave sequential, and a winner's quick change in the back. So this car is now a J series, twin turbo, all-wheel drive, sequential CRX. It's gonna be fully street legal, all the fun stuff, at least Florida street legal. But yeah, it should make the jam. So we've already started, we got a lot done on the car. Pretty much the next few steps is finishing mock-up, which is the turbo system. Why twins? Why not? It just kind of happened. So we partnered with Garrett on that. We got 2 of their turbos for this car. We got a nice intercooler and all the turbo management from them. All the piping we're doing Tycon, so it's full titanium piping with all HDI clamps. It's gonna be a lot to fit in the engine bay, so I brought on Tim Mosseri from Mosseri Autocraft, my good buddy, is helping with the fab work. He's posting videos of this too, so it'll be a little bit of cross-promoting on it. But yeah, we got plenty to do. We got about a month and a half left. So yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
Hey, I'm Sean from P2R. At P2R, we specialize in the Honda V6 platform, which is basically called a J Series engine. We are in charge of building the engine for Goichi Motorsports J-Swap CRX project. In this project, their goal is to make around 800 horsepower, and we're essentially going to build an engine that's capable of holding quite a bit more than that. So this engine that we have here is actually a CSS block with a set of forged pistons and rods. We went ahead and CNC ported the heads because we want to make sure that the motor can make as much power as efficiently as possible. They got a twin turbo setup, so the power is going to come in really nice. This block is actually capable of holding about 1,000 horsepower, and the cylinder heads are pretty much about the same. They're going to be good for about 1,000 horsepower. So my #1 goal on this engine here is making sure that we can hold the horsepower and make their goal, but we also want to make it as efficiently as possible. So I want to make sure that he can make the power with as little boost as possible. Obviously, I want to make sure that the engine is both reliable, but also looks visually appealing. So we're going to be installing a collection of our dress-up items and billet parts on this engine build so that it looks really great in that CRX engine bay. Sam has, at the moment, our new low-profile intake manifold. Being that it's a CRX, a J-Swap pretty much will never clear the hood in that car. However, with our lower-profile manifold, it's probably still going to touch the hood, but it's going to be a lot lower, and it's going to make for their body kit to look a lot better. They don't have to have this huge hump in the hood versus where a stock intake manifold would. So we're building this engine from the ground up, and pretty much everything is done here in-house for the most part. We're going to be using a set of the P2R forged I-beam connecting rods. We're doing a set of forged Tron pistons that are made specifically for us here. CSS went ahead and did their CSS install on the block, which makes the block rated for about 1,000 horsepower. Also in this engine, we're running a set of prototype P2R billet camshafts, and we're going to be doing a VTEC killer setup. So essentially this motor is always going to be locked in VTEC at all times. Also, like I said before, we're trying to make the power as efficiently as possible, and sometimes you do that in the little details. Here we have our exhaust rocker bushings, and what these are basically going to be is allows just a little bit free floating, whereas the stock has a spring here and creates a lot more friction on the rocker assembly. This is going to actually free up some horsepower just by letting things spin a little bit freer as well. The cylinder heads are CNC ported. We got our bronze valve guides in there. We're running Competition Plus Ferrera valves. We're running a 36mm intake valve and a 30mm exhaust valve. These valves are going to handle all the power, and they're also have an undercut on them, which allows them to flow more than the stock valves as well too. We're building a drag car because we're trying to put the J Series on the map, and we want to run the M1 all-motor class here at P2R. So I actually took our race car ILX over to Sam's shop, and he went ahead and did a lot of the fabrication of getting the car race ready for us. He built our scatter shield, our engine oil catch pan, and pretty much all the necessary things that were needed for the car to pass tech. The car was already pretty much built. We already had the cage done and everything, but he helped us get all the finishing touches done so we can get it ready to go out on track. From there, Sam told me he wanted to do the CRX J-Swap project, and I mean, anything J-Series, I want to be a part of it. So I mean, it was a great hearing him say that, and from day one I told him, hey, whatever you want to do motor-wise, I'm here to help, and let's do it. It's a project I wanted to be a part of. If you want to find us or find anything more about what we offer here at P2R, you can go on our website, powerrevracing.com, or any of our social media platforms, which is #PowerRevRacing.
All right, so as far as the rest of the car goes, we've got full OMP interior. It's time attack car, so we're keeping it pretty raw. A lot of cool stuff that you'll see later on with that. But the outside of the car, we're keeping the cream, but we've got something really special. John Sabal has teamed up with us on this build. So unfortunately, we can't share any progress of that, maybe a little bit here in the next few videos, but we have a one-off John Sabal kit that we've designed for this car on some 1552s, one-off 1552 wheels, some nice three-piece killer wheels. So the car is gonna look great. I'm super excited about it coming together, but we got plenty to do over the next month and a half. So yeah, check it out. All right guys, so if you like what you see, you like the build, like and subscribe, leave your comments down below. We got a lot of progress we got to make on this car, and we want to share with you guys the progress as we go. So definitely follow along and stay tuned for more.